Thank you for joining us for today's edition of Devotions with Brother Aaron. I hope you're getting as much of a blessing out of hearing these devotions as I am by producing them and doing them. And if you are getting a blessing out of them, I hope that you will do me a favor and just hit the share button, whether that's Facebook or YouTube or whatever. There's a way for you to share this, so please do that. Share it to your list and ask others to follow us so that they can go with us on these little devotions that we're taking each day as well. All right, glad you're here. All right, today's devotion is entitled, Don't Run Out of Strong. Hey, and at my age, I'm afraid it's too late for me. But anyway, I digress. In the book, Same Kind of Different as Me, by Denver Moore and Ron Hall, Ron wrote the following about his wife's struggle with cancer. He said, the medicine took her down quickly, slashing her weight to 100 pounds. Still, she was determined to eradicate the enemy and insisted on trying different kinds of chemo treatments, sometimes in the same week, hoping to incinerate the cancer with the medical equivalent of napalm. At home, whenever she could lift her head off the pillow, she slipped on her Reeboks and we would walk together. The kids and I couldn't get her to stop, even when she ran out of strong. Those last 7 words that he wrote resonated with me, even when she ran out of strong. In their book, Leadership on the Line, Ron Heitzner and Marty Linsky state, you can't cook without a pot to cook in, and leadership is as much about strengthening the pot and controlling the temperature as it is about which ingredients to add when. Wow! Don't we all need to hear that one? Sometimes the most spiritual thing we can do when we're the pot holding the stew is to strengthen ourselves. Do whatever it takes to stay strong. Whether it's a woman struggling with cancer, a pot holding the stew, a parent struggling with a wayward child, financial problems, addictions, a marriage holding only by a thread, a crisis of faith, or some other life circumstance, the struggle we all face is to not run out of strong. In life, the struggles are real. And I know you don't need me to tell you that, but it's the truth. In life, the struggles are real. And the tragedy is that sometimes, aside from Jesus, we're the only one who knows exactly how real. Why? Because we think it's a sign of weakness to share our innermost struggles, feelings, and failures with others. Therefore, we become experts at suppressing our feelings and holding up our Walmart smiley face fan for the world to see. We become masters of deceit, hiding our hurts, disappointments, frustrations, and innermost feelings. After all, what would others think of us if they knew the struggles and burdens we are bearing? So, we just keep struggling along, hoping to God that we don't run out of strong. In Matthew 11:28 through 30, Jesus gives us a prescription for how not to run out of strong. He said, Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. You will note that even though Jesus acknowledges that there will come times when his followers, me and you, will both labor and be heavy laden, he never promises to remove those burdens. Stop, let that sink in. He never promises to remove those burdens. However, he does promise physical rest, and that if his followers will come to him, take on his yoke, and learn of him, he will give rest for their souls. So, if we don't want to run out of strong, then our instructions are clear. We're to come to Jesus, take on his yoke, and learn of him. Then, and only then, will we find the strength we need to run the race that is set before us. Again, whether it's a woman struggling with cancer, a pot holding the stew, a parent struggling with a wayward child, financial problems, addictions, a marriage holding only by a thread, a crisis of faith, or some other circumstance, the struggle we all face is not to run out of strong. Reality check. None of us are the Energizer Bunny. We don't have an infinite supply of energy or strong. We cannot keep going forever. And unless we come to Jesus for rest, there will come a time when we will run out of strong. Lord, would you burn it in our hearts today, God, that sometimes the most spiritual thing we can do, Lord, is nothing, and to come and rest, to come to you, to learn of you, to be loved on by you, God, to put your yoke on, and God, just let you strengthen us. God, remind us of that today. Somebody needs to hear what I'm saying today, Lord. You're telling them, put your burden down a minute. Come to me. Let me love you. Let me restore you. Let me give you your strong back so you can re-engage in the battle today. And I ask this, Lord, in your name. Amen and amen.